Hello everyone, I'm Aaron, a birding naturalist. Welcome to my channel. We're in the sort of tail end of an atmospheric river here in California, but what is an atmospheric river? Atmospheric rivers are narrow bands of high moisture water moving through the atmosphere. So you're in the atmosphere, atmospheric, and they carry a lot of water, river. They usually start their formation over tropical waters, warm waters, where the air above that water can evaporate and hold a lot of moisture. And then, because of wind and weather patterns, that really moist air gets sort of pushed away from the warm ocean towards colder patches, and where those meet, kind of the cold air pushing down and the warm air kind of pinching up, causes this narrowing effect of the moisture air, the really high concentration moist air. And then those winds carry it along across sometimes thousands of miles. The atmospheric river that is currently pelting California formed, at least part of it formed as far away as Japan and traveled across the Pacific Ocean to the California coast. Once that moist air, that incredibly moist, rich air, hits land, it starts to cool off, especially if there's a mountain range, say the Sierra Nevada. And so when the air is forced up over land and then up over a mountain, it starts to cool off kind of dramatically, and that causes the moisture in that air to fall out, to form precipitation and to drop onto the ground as either rain or snow. Now, when it says rivers, some people are kind of curious. I certainly was very curious. How much water can an atmospheric river hold? I mean, it's in the air, right? Like, how much water? The Sacramento River is right over there where I'm filming. And it's a big river, and there's a lot of water there. You can see it. Like, it's a lot of water. But in the air, how much water are we talking? Well, it turns out many atmospheric rivers, in particular the kinds that come across the Pacific Ocean, can carry tremendous amounts of water, many times the flow of the Mississippi River, like 20, 30 times the amount of water that flows down the Mississippi River can be held in the atmosphere in these atmospheric rivers that then drop that water on places like California and the western edge, especially the southwestern edge of North America. So atmospheric rivers are pretty serious. They're a lot of water. They are pretty amazing phenomenon. And we are very likely going to see more of these because of global climate change. The patches of warm water are probably going to increase. The temperature of the atmosphere is going to increase. And that means it can hold even more water. The air can hold more water as it gets warmer. Gosh, I'm being pelted. It's amazing. And when the atmosphere holds more water and it carries more water, that's of course going to mean it dumps more water where it gets cool, or the air starts to cool. In other words, over land. And so the frequency of atmospheric rivers is gonna increase, very likely, due to global climate change. And not only the frequency, but the intensity. The amount of water that those rivers bring is also going to increase. And interestingly, especially for all of us living in California, the western coast of North America is one of the places on the Earth that is predicted to experience the greatest increase in both the frequency and the intensity of atmospheric rivers. This is sort of the hotspot for atmospheric rivers. And it's going to continue to be so going into the future as climate change impacts become more and more dramatic. So, it's a little bit about atmospheric rivers, just a short one. I will say that this rain and wind that I'm experiencing right now is kind of the tail end of the atmospheric river that's currently hitting California in January of 2023. So this one is kind of done. But like I said, climate change patterns predict more. Even during this winter, there may very well be more. We're not done with atmospheric rivers in California. We have not seen the last of them by a long shot, even if this one is kind of tailing off. So I'm going to head in because it's wet, cold, and windy. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a little something about atmospheric rivers. Thank you very much for the view, and until next time, enjoy the natural world.